Here we go. Hello, fellas.
Afternoon.
How's everybody doing? One at a time.
You go, Garrett.
I'm hanging in there, doing better, getting you more used to the norm. Mm-hmm. How are you doing, Michael?
Pretty much the same, trying not to kill my kids.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what every parent I'm talking to is saying as well. So I do not envy you people.
Yeah, I don't envy me either.
I was thinking about it this morning about how as soon as this is over, I'm like, me and my wife are leaving the kids somewhere else.
I like how that came out so slowly. We're leaving. And then the kids got involved in that too. We just cut it off there. Your children would be very worried.
Yeah.
So what are you doing to try and keep your kids occupied, Garrett?
Well, we go on a walk almost every day. There's a big path behind our house and the kids run up and down it. And then we have a basketball net and a hockey net outside. And when the weather was bad, our first project was completely cleaning out our basement. We have an unfinished basement. And then we put like 4 hockey nets and a little basketball nets and stuff down there. So, because obviously the kids just want to be doing screen time for as much as they can, but we have to limit that, right? So, but they also can't be just stuck in a house because it's tough for them to get exercise. So cleared out the basement and then they can go and play hockey. And they're like, if they break, there's just the light bulbs really that they could break. So there's lots for them to do at home now. So it's a lot easier to kind of convince them to get off their screens. Mm-hmm. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, it's the same. It's like trying to get them off screens. Do you notice with your kids that they get really grouchy if they spend too much time on the screens?
Yeah, I just feel like they're grouchy all the time, but that could be me. But yeah, they do. Absolutely.
My youngest in particular, Logan, like Logan, he's kind of the always got to move around guy. When you let him sit on a screen, he turns into a bear, like just terrible. So yesterday he comes, he's like, Dad, can I go on my screens again? They've been off screens. I haven't let them be on any screen time other than school for like the last week almost. I'm like, nope, because him and his siblings, they still aren't getting along. And so he immediately starts going around. When he gets angry, he just starts like kicking walls to make noise. And it's like, so you throw him outside and he goes outside and he finds the loudest thing on the side of the house, just keep hitting it. So you can hear like the railing getting smashed from inside the house when he's outside. Yeah. That's been going for about 5 days now.
Are your kids like that too, Garrett?
They're 4 brothers, so they fight with different brothers every day, but it comes and goes. So
yeah, but at least that'll give them some exercise, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't bang on the house; they just bang on each other.
That's such a boy thing to do.
How is Cy driving you crazy, Angela?
Cy is just so cute. There's nothing to drive me crazy about him, except he's decided he has found the way to like escape from his cage. So he decided he figured out where the clips are that hold him in. So he's chewing on those. Like he'll flip on his back and like brace himself against the ceiling and chew on his cage.
I'm assuming this isn't your kid.
No, this is my
Garrett, that's what we've been doing wrong all this time. We're going to put kids in cages.
You got to start closing the cage door.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. He must have been thinking awful things about me until we clarified who Cy was. Yeah, no.
No, we'll just let everybody think the awful things about Angela.
Awesome. That's my world. So let's get into our discussion about some exercise tactics here. So let's actually talk about some stuff to tire kids out, because I know you guys are not alone in the kids kind of driving you nuts things. So what are some things that we could be giving them routine-wise and exercise-wise, Garrett?
Well, kids they're super active, and the more different movement patterns that a kid does, like whether it's sports or playing in your swing set in the backyard, the better coordination they'll be as an adult, right? So same thing when you have kids that just play hockey. As it goes down the line, they're not great all-around athletes most of the time. They're good at hockey, right? But if you put them in hockey and lacrosse and basketball and stuff like that, then their all-around coordination becomes way better, and their overall athletic abilities are above and beyond. Now, obviously, right now we don't have organized sports going on, but that doesn't mean you can't do organized sports in your backyard and do like one day, you do, a soccer game. One day you do batting practice. One day you play catch. There's like 5 basic movements that kids need to learn before the age of 5 or 6. And it's like running, jumping, throwing, catching. And then if they don't learn that, it's almost like an extremely hard task for them to learn it down the line. So if you just focus on things like that, then they'll be, much better in the long run. And all those things are active, right? You like hopscotch on your driveway, stuff like that. Or you can do, I know my kids love to race each other. Love it. And it's always the same one who wins. But then you start giving the other ones, like, okay, you're going to get a 10-second head start. You're going to run all the way around the block and come back, or you're going to run, down the sidewalk and back. But after 10 seconds, your brother's coming after you. So you better hustle, right? And then you can do things like, if you lose, you have to do 5 jumping jacks or something like that. And then just to help get the competitive edge up. But I think in the long run, that helps them out. And it helps them burn off that mental, when kids don't have much to do, I feel like they snap at you a lot faster.
Michael, you can concur on that one?
Yeah, big time. Especially the active kids.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And then for us grown-ups, what could we be doing to challenge ourselves as well right now?
Well, I mean, you just got to stick with the at-home workouts, right? It's very easy to kind of blow it off, or say like, no, I'm not going to see anybody, so no one's going to see me, so it doesn't matter what I look like, right? But there's so much more going on with your body than just your physical appearance, right? Your blood pressure, your cardiovascular health, your muscle skeletal systems, right? They all need to be worked, and the less you move, the worse they get, right? So if you don't use them, you lose them. And so you want to make sure you keep up with it. There's, like the same as we talked about the last day, the 3 to 5 days a week, just 30 minutes at a time. You do a 5-minute warm up, 5-minute cool down, and it's just a 20-minute kind of workout that you got to do. And then lots of different things you can use around the house. Again, the same. I told one of my clients this week, he texted me and he's like, we talked about it the other day, how Edmonton is sold out of dumbbells. I said, listen, just grab a backpack. I know he was going to do some landscaping, so he has paving, like little paving stones. I was like, just fill your backpack up with paving stones. You can put it on for squats. You can overhead press it, whatever you need to do. You can put it on your back, run up and down your stairs 15 times. So just things like that to, it doesn't take much to add a little bit of extra weight.
Mm-hmm. It's honestly, when I think about the 30 minutes a day recommendation for exercise, that seems way too low. Because when we think about like our history of like living in the country or hunter and gatherer kind of societies, people are moving a whole lot more. And now we're in this really sedentary lifestyle, and 30 minutes just seems, it doesn't seem adequate to me.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the book Born to Run?
Yes.
Yeah. So have you read it?
I haven't read it, but it's on the to-do list.
Yeah,
it's been on there
really
for
good.
a long time.
But it basically talks about how the human body was made for long distance running. And it goes into kind of the theory that when humans were first on Earth, they used to run down their prey, right? So they would chase a deer, and then the deer would obviously run away, but they would just keep chucking, and then the deer would run away and they keep chucking, but eventually the deer would tire out and it would just lay down. And that long, steady pace is what the human body was made for, right? We're one of the only mammals that's on 2 legs, so it doesn't require as much energy for us to go over long distances. But it just kind of, as the world grew and became more technologically advanced and industrialized, the human body got lazier and lazier. It's almost like the human body just wants to do things as simply and lazy as possible. Mm-hmm. So we've fallen off of that, but in our true nature, we're made to be active.
Mm-hmm. And I find like when I'm spending all day at my computer, I still have to take breaks to be active. And if I only get 30 minutes, and I go hard during my 30 minutes, if that's all I can get in, but for the average person, 30 minutes might just be like meandering for a walk. So that seems like for improving cardiovascular health, that recommendation seems way too low.
Well, I think, for the general public, a 30-minute exercise could be, extremely taxing for some people as well, mm-hmm. right? If people go for a 30-minute run, it could be, almost impossible for them, whereas other people, mm-hmm. a 30-minute run is no problem. But I think that, it's no secret that obesity and your cardiovascular disease is, one of the top 3 killers in North America.
Mhm.
So 30 minutes a day, I think it's a pretty good recommendation myself for, the general public.
What are in your circle? Is there predictions as to what's going to happen health-wise with people staying at home and not being as active and eating whatever they want?
Well, I mean, we haven't talked about it too much, but I would assume that the curve would fitness right now is, here, but I would assume after the corona, it would go quite a bit down. I know even myself, I try to run as much as I can, but I'm not running nearly as much as I was. So, my fitness has gone down, but I would assume that for the general public, it would go even further down.
Yeah, I'm seeing it swing in both directions. Actually, with my circle, there's people who are like extremely getting into exercise because they're completely out of work, or they're sad and they're eating chips.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. I'm sure there is a lot of people who have, a lot more time on their hands and are able to exercise a lot more, and that's great. That's great. But I hope when, the coronavirus thing kind of wraps up, that they're able to keep up with that standard that they've set for themselves.
Mm-hmm. My one friend, he's ex-Alberta Ballet, and he was talking about everyone's learning how to be fit at home. He's wondering about the security of gyms going forward, because if people are having to save money and they've learned how to actually get fit at home, is that going to affect the gym industry? Even though there's that social aspect for the gym industry, but that self-motivation has been sparked in a lot of people.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that it would affect the gyms too much going forward. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know my sister-in-law talked about her IT company is actually doing more work from their homes than they were doing in their offices. But I'm sure that when it comes down to it, they're going to be required to go back to their office, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I think, I know even with some of my Zoom clients, I train them, they just do body weight exercises. We do 30-minute workouts, and I know they're missing the gym as well. But I think the social aspect of it is a big thing.
Yeah. For me, absolutely. If I can go and say hello to some people, because I work from home normally, so this isn't an abnormal situation for me. But yeah, the gym part for me is awesome. But it was an interesting perspective, because I hadn't even considered that people would be navigating their own desire to work out and being able to get it done at home instead. So
yeah, I've never looked at it that way either. It's a neat thought, but I don't think it would affect gyms too much.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to going back.
Me too.
Yeah.
What do you miss about it, Michael?
Body weight stuff is fine, and I can do cardio.
There he goes again.
Targeted strength training. It's much better when you got the proper equipment there. Of course.
Yeah.
I have no idea where I got cut off. Other than you said I got cut off.
Yes. Just say it again. Might as well.
Okay. I was saying I can do body weights and I can do endurance training at home, but the targeted strength training and having the proper equipment is way better when I got the gym.
Mm-hmm. And do you think the routine of actually the ritual of going to the gym is helpful as well?
For me, it is.
Yeah. It was funny. I was talking to my dancers. We had a Zoom on Friday, and I was like, so have you guys been practicing? And they're like, I don't even feel like dancing right now. Yeah. And I actually have to admit, I kind of feel the same way, because I don't have to be at rehearsal. So there's that ritual of being ready and, having to be prepared for rehearsal for my teams.
And the reward of seeing people.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Or in the case of seeing Garrett getting made fun of. And then making fun back.
It's a two-way street. Works both.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's some fun ways that people can be exercising. And one of them is actually dance. And so we figured today we'd actually teach you two to dance a little bit. Yay!
Let's do it.
Okay. I know Garrett's down and Michael's not happy.
I'm going to do it anyway.
I know you're going to do it anyway. You don't get a choice. So let's move ourselves away. Stop stressing, Michael. It's going to be okay. I promise. There we go. There we go. See if you fellas can hear me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a side step. So we're going to step to the side. We're going to go together. We're going to go to the side. And then we're going to tap. And then we'll go the other way. So you're going to go to the side, together, side, tap. Again, side, together, side, tap, side, together, side, tap. Good. So now just a little bit of technique on that so that you feel like you're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing. So when you take a step onto your foot, you're actually going to step onto a bent leg, almost like you're going to squish a cockroach. So you put some weight into it. So you step onto that bent leg. Then when you bring your feet together, you're going to step onto a bent leg, the one that you just landed on, and then again bent, and then tap. Other way. So bent leg, step on a bent leg, step on a bent leg, and tap. A little faster. I want to make you guys bigger so you can really see what's happening. Michael, you're off the screen. Come back to the screen.
I don't have a lot of screen room. I'm right up against the wall.
Okay, ready? Here we go. At side, together, side, tap, side, together, side, tap, side, together, side, tap.
I think I got it.
Okay, so that's your basic bachata step. Now we're going to do a variation of that. So we're going to step forward, and you're going to step together, and you're going to step back with a little variation and tap. Good job, Garrett. And again, forward, together,
Where am I going?
back, tap. Again, forward, together, back, tap, forward, together, back, tap, forward, together, back, tap. Last one. Back, tap. Wow.
It's not working. I'm just gonna wiggle. How about that?
Hips don't lie, Michael. The hips don't lie.
Okay, so we're going to combine the two now. So we're going to do the first one, which is just your basic step, the side to side one, and then we're going to do the forward and backs. Okay, ready? Here we go. So we're going to go side, together, side, tap, side, together, side, tap. One more. Side, together, side, tap, side, together, side, step forward. Forward, together, back, tap, forward, together, back. Two more. Back, tap, forward, together, back to your basic. Side, together, side, tap, side, together, side, two more. Side, tap, side, together, side, forward and back. Forward, together, back, tap,
Ah,
That's right.
tap, forward, together, back, tap, forward, together, back, tap. There you go. You got two basic steps for your bachata.
oh boy.
I was not sure what to do with my hands. It's one of those things. Your hands are just hanging out. And
Well, your
not
hands
sure
are
what to do.
actually a function of your shoulders. So my hands moved because my shoulder moved, not because I did this. So
Oh.
it's robot mode, but it's actually,
Yeah, the robot.
yeah, it's a function of the shoulders actually rolling.
Okay.
I'm way out of focus now.
So apparently Andre is laughing his ass off, according to Zenka. I'm guessing that's at you, Michael.
Yeah, that's on my end.
One of your people.
Yeah.
I thought you looked very pretty, Michael.
Well, thank you, Garrett. How kind of you to notice.
And totally a good sport. So we'll learn more bachata steps each Wednesday.
Oh man.
You guys twirl and do all these awesome things. You can have awesome hip action, drive all the girls crazy.
Is that what it is? Is that how you do it?
It's all on the hips, man. It's all on the hips.
I've never heard of that technique.
Honestly, a man who can like let his body move the way it needs to move in Latin is quite attractive. Pretty much universally. So oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Well, that'll be a fun one to have evergreen to go back and watch again and again.
We're just gonna cut clips out of it and play them. Like we're gonna make a GIF out of you.
Oh yeah,
And
you went through that too.
yeah. I have the people to do it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's one of the things that people can be doing at home too, is actually like learning some new dances. And the fun thing with dancing too is it doesn't feel like work. Because you're mostly because it's mostly because you're concentrating so hard and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to get this. And you're trying to coordinate so many things. It's different than doing like bicep curls. You're actually trying to get your whole body working as one unit.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And there's lots of awesome dance classes out there right now. Our company is going to be putting a few of them out too. But yeah, that's one of my theories for getting fit easily.
Is to move your hips.
Move your hips. Totally. Yeah. If you do that for half an hour tomorrow, you'd be so sore.
Oh, I bet.
Yep. Awesome. Well, what else do we want to talk about, fellas?
What has Garrett got for us?
Yeah, Garrett,
Oh,
do you
yeah.
want to make us do some stuff?
All right, let's do. How much room do you guys have?
What do I got to do? Yeah, let's do this.
I can
Okay,
make more
so
room.
yeah, no, you just need enough room where you can lay on the floor if need be.
I'll let that go again.
Okay, so this is a quick. Well, it's not too quick a workout. It depends. It can be as quick as you want, but the essential idea is to do 100 burpees through the workout. Okay, so it's 10. It's 10 exercises, and you run through it 10 times. But each time you restart the set, you drop the last exercise off. So the second set you'll do is only 9 exercises. The third set is only 8 exercises, and so on. But I'll show you the 10 exercises, and we'll kind of go from there. So the first one is just a burpee. Now, because you're doing 100 burpees, you don't have to do a push-up. Okay. So your burpee, you want to. So you guys can see my feet. When you drop down, you want to be compressed, and then pop out into a push-up position, and then pop back in, so your knees are underneath your chest, and then jump in the air and lift your hands up. Okay. So you want to do 10 of those ideally. And if you feel like it's too easy, you can add the push-up in. Okay. But let's see you do on Angela.
I don't think you'll see me. I can disappear here.
Yeah, so there's no proof Micheal actually did his.
This is true.
But that looked good, Angela. Okay, so you want to do 10 of those. And then your next exercise is just going to be 10 lunges on your left leg. So for your lunge, you're going to lunge out forward. When you do a forward lunge, you want most of your weight on your front leg. So your back leg, you should essentially be able to turn your ankle side to side without much weight on it. But ideally, you're going to want your ankle, your knee, and your hip kind of all on the same line as to prevent torque on your knee. So you'll just do 10 of those, pop down, come back up. Okay? If you feel like the lunge is too difficult, what you can do is just get into a staggered stance, and without moving from here, just kind of drop down and come back up. And this you can, decide your own range of motion. And if you feel like the lunge is too easy, you can do this thing called the power lunge, where you start with your leg up, hips at 90, knee at 90, and ankle at 90. And you drop down into the lunge and push yourself back up and try to balance on that foot.
That's intense. That's good.
Yeah, so that's to make it a little harder. So you do 10 on your right leg, or 10 on your left leg, and then 10 on your right leg. And that's the first 3 exercises. Okay? Then you just got 10 push-ups. Okay, so nice, easy. 10 push-ups. You want to make sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders, not too far back or too far forward. And then to make your push-ups easier, you can go from your knees, and to make them harder, all you have to do is push yourself up off the ground.
Angela prefers one-handed push-ups. Just saying.
Yeah. And then, so that's the first 4 exercises. Okay, then you'll stand up.
Those 4 together. So that, because we don't want to have them just watching us exercise forever, so let's do the 10 of each of those things together, and you'll just call us out when we have to switch, and you have to do them with us, Garrett.
You want to do all 10?
Yeah.
Do you want to start right from the burpees?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Micheal, are you
Okay. 10 burpees. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 6, Good. Okay, going to forward lunges on your left leg.
I'm breathing heavy.
Yeah, burpees do that. 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, switch.
What am I switching to?
Just your other leg, sorry.
Oh, I was switching between legs, so.
Oh, you can do that too, but then you got to do 20. And 10. Good. Okay, you're going to drop down 10 push-ups.
Okay.
And 10. Okay, so that's the first 4 done. Fifth one is just 10 bodyweight squats.
So with these, do you want us like going on the floor or we're sitting over it?
So one of the main things with the squat is you want your tibia to be in line with your torso. You want to move like railroad tracks. It's called tibia torso alignment. So if you're in line here, that's about as low as you can get before you get too much forward lean. That's kind of as low as you go, and then pop back up.
And should we squeeze our booty when we come up?
You should squeeze your glute as hard as you can when you come up, absolutely. Okay, so 10 of those, and you're gonna do 10 squat hops. So same idea. I want you to try to touch the floor with both hands if you can. You can go a little bit wider with your legs, touch the floor, hop in the air. 10 times.
I feel like I'm a frog.
Good. Okay, we're gonna go back onto the ground. You're gonna do 10 plank jacks. So this is the 7th exercise. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you guys can flip over on your back. This will be the 8th exercise. What you want to do is lay in a straight line with your hands or your shoulders all the way up. You guys see me? Again, you just want to be in a straight line. You're going to lift your legs up and then crunch to your toes. And then lengthen your body back up.
How you doing, Michael?
I'm dead. See, my confidence is up in the air.
And 10. Okay, so that was 8. Your 9th exercise is just half of that. So you're just going to do your leg lifts. If you want to sit on your hands, you can. That's a little bit of support for your low back. And you want to keep your legs as straight as possible.
Yours aren't very straight.
Mine? I'm not a dancer, so my flexibility is low. And your 10th exercise is just a minute plank.
Is
So
what?
it's nice, easy, a minute plank. On your forearms, try to keep your body as flat as possible. And just hold it for a minute.
Are our feet together or apart?
Yeah, you want your feet together. If you find that it's too difficult, you can pop up onto your hands, or you can go from your knees. But you want to make, yeah, Angela, your plank looks good. Michael, I assume you're just laying on the floor.
Aww. Oh man.
It's actually surprising how hard this is.
Yeah, especially after 9 exercises. Plank adds up. But you only have to do it once. And then the next set, your last exercise will just be the leg lifts. The set after that, it'll just be the jackknives.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So by the time you're on your 9th set, you're just doing the burpees and then your lunges. And then your 10th set is just burpees. But by the end of the whole thing, you'll have done 100 burpees.
That's a hell of a workout.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Oh, yeah. You have 45 more seconds, Angela. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't like cheating. I'll stay here. You guys.
That is a good cardio blast, full body blast for at home. And you don't need anything to do it. It's not timed. If you feel like it's too difficult, you can cut 2 exercises out instead of 1. And you're only doing 5 sets and 50 burpees.
What was that sequence again? It was burpees,
Yeah, burpees, lunges left leg,
lunges,
right leg, push-ups,
yeah,
squats, bodyweight squats, and then bodyweight squat hops.
okay,
And then plank jacks.
plank jacks,
Yeah, and then jackknife sit-ups.
knife sit-ups.
We had some people actually like us exercising, so this is good.
That's good. And
Well,
then
Totally worth it.
you're welcome. And then leg lifts and a 1-minute plank.
Awesome. I think that would be, it doesn't actually take that long to run through it. So for someone who's like sitting at the computer all day, they could do that at their like lunch break and maybe afterwards or something like that. But it's pretty good
Absolutely.
overall. Yeah. Awesome.
Oh yeah, it's everything. And you're sweating.
30-minute workout, huh? Garrett, probably about 30 minutes to run through the whole thing.
Yeah, roughly 25 to 35 minutes would be your window.
Yeah.
And if even people just wanted like a mental break, they could just do like one of the 10-piece sets, get back to work, do it again later on. And then,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, you break it up however you need to break it up.
And if you're a parent, you want to kill your kids, do this for 25 minutes, then you'll be less likely to kill them.
Get them to do it with you.
Exactly. Make them do burpees. That is a really good way to tire out children.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Well, sorry, Michael, I'm sure you said something important, but you froze.
No, not this time.
No. Awesome. Well, it has been a pleasure. Thanks for getting our sweat on with us, Garrett. Next week, expect a little bit more dance training so that you guys have more moves to win over the chicks with. And
Yeah, thanks for that. That'll help. I'm sure my wife will be pleased.
yeah, she totally will be. She'll be shocked.
With the dance moves or winning over more chicks? I'm not sure which they're Garrett.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you two fellas, and we'll see you again next Wednesday.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.